Hey, you guys. So let's talk connected life. So this is the seventh of the 7 People's Life prescription. And I've told you before that this one is the one that I have the hardest time with. And it's actually a really important area. And people oftentimes may overlook it. But when you think about, connection and your relationships to others, you can see how easily it relates to your health because the people you surround yourself with, the thought patterns of the people you're surrounded with, help to frame your frame of reference, also help to frame your behaviors. And people are influencing, right? They influence you one way or the other. So your surroundings are really important. But not just that. The science also shows that, having connection versus being isolated, the impact of that on overall longevity is tremendous. And so understanding how to really nurture relationships and having those relationships in just general are going to be really important. Now, it's kind of embarrassing for me to talk about how connection is my hardest part because it's not as if I'm like a complete introvert. I've got friends and I've got family and I've got, children and a husband and all of these things. But the thing that I struggle with is the intention behind it. So I have always been the type of person who really focused on their career or on their work. And that's where I would find much of my joy. And so much of my efforts, my intentional efforts, were always put towards something other than relationships. And I kind of assumed that relationships just happen naturally. Like there doesn't really require anything for you to nurture a relationship. And the reality is that relationships do require nurturing, particularly as you get older. And so really making an intention or a prioritization of connection has become more and more of a priority to me. And I've had to create spaces that allow me to have more interaction. So examples of that would be really finding, your tribe, right? Finding the people that you connect with and then really spending time nurturing that relationship. So something as easy as like setting up a dinner date or a girls' day, things like that. Some people do very easily. For me, I have to like really be intentional about it because I will just let days, weeks, months go by without talking to, friends or without making any effort to see people or go out with people. And so for me to do that, it requires some effort. I'm not a person who joins a ton of groups, but because I really enjoy health, when I created my program, The Black Women's Guide, I created it as a group. That was an intention because I understand the power of community. And I was really creating an environment of like-minded women who wanted to, seek out health and do things that would improve their overall health. Creating this YouTube channel is also a way of creating community for me. So I've been finding, really unique ways to find more community. I'm very intentional now about going out to events. And it's not something that I think is forced as much as it is just really making it a priority. Usually I would probably be like, oh, I don't need to do that. That's not important. But now my frame of reference is no, it is important. Like these relationships, the people that I surround myself with, these are important parts of my life and they play a huge role in my overall health and longevity. And it's part of my joy. So connection, again, is something that I think comes easy for some people, and for other people it requires some effort. And so if you are one of those people who have not always prioritized relationships, really think of, how can I make a difference? How can I improve my overall connectedness with those around me? Your family, your friends, your children, your spouse, all of these people, your community, building community, may take a little bit of extra effort. At least it did for me. So I hope this helps. I'll see you guys in the next video.